Good morning, friends. How are you this morning? Hello, hello. Hey, Kristen, good morning to you. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great day on this beautiful day. Hello, everybody. Hey, Donna. Hey, Phyllis. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing all right. Hope there's some sunlight up there in the great state of, and that you are having a beautiful day. Good morning, friends. Hello, hello. Overcast and a bit of rain, but still doing okay. Very nice. Oh, I'm coming right back. Don't have to worry. Good morning, everyone. See one or two more folks coming along. Good morning, Yvette. Hello. Hey, John, good morning to you. Glad you're making it today. Hope things are grand. Hello, everybody. All right, let's get going this morning. It is the 10th day, a little thunder and rumbling, very nice. Good morning, it is the 10th day of April here at 11:11 on this Wednesday, and it is a joy to be with you, that we might find ourselves in this moment of time together to spend a little time on the journey and encourage one another. I hope this day finds you well and good and whole. It is I want to start with this scripture this morning. This is from the 60th chapter of Isaiah. Most of the book of Isaiah, it's 66 chapters. Of those 66 chapters, with a little interlude in about the 40s, other than that, it is really just one big crushing indictment of the people of Israel. It is this, in many ways, laundry list of how they are getting it wrong, of how at the very beginning of the book, God just says, your sacrifices are no longer sweet to me, and the reason He says that is because they're still making all the ritual sacrifices, they're still doing all the things, but they don't mean it. They've lost all capacity to care about their relationship with God. They just don't want to. They just kind of don't want to get in trouble. They just kind of don't want. There's almost this numbness that has set into the people of Israel. There's almost this weariness that has set into the people of Israel, and they just can't. They just like they continue to go through the motions, but they have no heart for anything that is in front of them. And most of the entire 66 chapters of this book is really laying out an indictment of them, of this is how you've gone wrong. This is why this is why things have to be kind of taken apart to be put back together, because everything you're doing and everything you have, that you just have lost the desire to be in relationship with God. Not that you're not doing the right things, not that from the outside it doesn't look like you're still, in covenant, but inside you're kind of hollowed out and you're weary, and Israel is lost. And most of the book is about kind of parsing that out and laying that out. But at the end, in the last 6 chapters from 60 to 66, there's some in the 40s as well, but there is this moment in which the entire tone of it changes. The entire timbre of this journey changes for the people of Israel, and God's voice itself changes and says, "Look, all of this is true, that you have lost your way, and I want to bring you back into joy. I want to bring you out of weariness and out of brokenness and out of loss and out of numbness and out of not caring and out of fear and out of paralysis and out of just kind of phoning it in. And I want to bring you back to authentic life with me." This is God's promise. And it begins at the 60th chapter. I want to offer you this morning this peace. And it is called the title is "The Glory of Zion." It says, "Arise and shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. See, darkness covers the earth, thick darkness covers over all the people, but the Lord rises upon you, and his glory appears over you. Nations will come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your dawn. Lift up your eyes and look about you. All assemble and come to you. Your sons come from afar, and your daughters are carried on the hip. All assemble and come to you. Just lift up your eyes." This invitation that God's light is still shining, even though there's darkness that covers the earth. Do you kind of see this juxtaposition of what the Lord is laying out? Yes, there is darkness on the earth. Darkness covers the nations. And yet, the light rises upon you. That so much of where we are in these days, and so much of what we're confronting in these days, I've been pastor here for, it's going to be pushing 6 years here this fall, and we just celebrated our 6th Easter together, and there have been, within a few blocks of our church, there have been four different people killed within a few blocks of our church in that time. Of those, I believe 3 of them were teenagers. If we want examples of the fact that there is darkness in our world, or maybe even darkness in our lives, we don't need to go far. I spent this morning, I stopped by Laundry Love, which is an outreach that we do, supporting John Milkey, who is just a stellar, just superstar of a kid who has started 2 different locations of providing people the opportunity to do their laundry for free. So people can come to the laundromat and he'll fill their washer with quarters or whatever, and they can do their laundry there. Not because people need clothes. Well, they do, but more for the fact that the idea that with cleanliness, with clean clothes comes pride and comes honor and comes hope. That he is where he is today is down between down between some of the homeless shelters and some of the homeless camps, and that he'll be right as you hear my voice right now. He is out there doing the work of caring for people in our city who are at the margins. Um, but but in that invitation to getting their clothes done and getting this chance to be a little closer to cleanliness, they have this chance to step into this invitation, no matter how much darkness might be shining, of arising and shining, for your light has come. After that, I went down and spent and helped deliver soup around the city. Deb Votrin and her incredible work, Bob Costa and his incredible work, my son Ryan and their great work going around the city, going up to Blount, and Blount's incredible generosity to the city, helping those at the margins who might need a meal, who might be hungry, providing soup in different places. We've been out delivering soup through this morning. Went down to the Veterans Kitchen and saw the incredible work of Dawn and that she's doing this morning and caring for our veteran community in the city. She's out there nugging it out, sweating in the kitchen, making some chicken up for some of the warriors of our nation that can use some tending and can use some care. That this was my morning, and that morning it was all. There's two ways you can see this morning. There really are. You can see the darkness about it all. The fact that we have to be out caring for people who are making decisions about getting medicine and doing their laundry, or eating and doing their laundry, and the opportunity to have somebody pay for their washing machine load. It helps to have not only to be able to make some better economic decisions, but to be able to have some pride and a hope in their life. To be able to, we can say, oh, what a horrible world it is, because there are people in the midst of that. We could look at the soup ministry and say, oh, what a horrible world it is that we have to rely on the generosity of the Blount Company and and their true commitment to living out Christ's mandate to care for the least of these in our midst, and what an awful world it is that we have to live amidst the hungry and live amidst how horrible it is that we had to send our young men and war and now those men who are warriors that may no longer be young, but whom carry those scars and those wounds and who need tending in the midst of this. That how horrible a world it is. How much darkness is over the nations, as our scripture from Isaiah says. We can look at it that way, or we can say, arise and shine, for your light has come. Yes, there is darkness over the peoples. Yes, but the Lord's glory rises upon you, and the nations will come to your light. Notice it doesn't say my light. This is God talking. This is God talking to Israel. The nations will come to your light. Not to the Lord's light, not to my light, not to the light of the glory, but the light of God that shines through you. And that Deb and Bob and Ryan out there doing good things, Dawn out there doing great things, and all the people who have been out there that I've had the chance to rub elbows with this morning that have been out there doing great things. The glory of the Lord is shining through them in the midst of the darkness. Father Rob and Blessed Trinity Church and their incredible hospitality to Veterans Kitchen. Michelle and her great work at the VSO in the city and all the stuff she's done. Lift up your eyes, says Isaiah. Lift up your eyes and look about you. All assemble and come to you. Friends, my invitation for you today is to shine a little light. Shine the light of God that shines on you and through you to the people around you, even if it's just the person next to you. To show them compassion when you get frustrated with them. Show them joy when you might be struggling. Help them in their struggles rather than concentrate on your own. There is plenty of opportunities for us to look to the darkness of the world. But when we seek to look to be the light of the world is transformed. We can spend our days staring into the abyss of darkness and saying, oh, this is wrong, and that's wrong, and the violence shouldn't happen here, and that violence shouldn't happen there, and this is horrible, and that's horrible, and these things should be mapped out. I'm not saying ignore them. I'm saying our invitation is to respond to them with the light of God, to respond to them with the love and the wisdom and the grace that God has placed in each one of us. As incomplete as it is, as small as it is, as kindling a light as it may be. But if we lift up our eyes and look for it, if we lift up our eyes and seek it out, we will find in our midst all the hosts of heaven coming to assemble with us, all of the nations coming to the glory of God. When the American Revolution was beginning, and the army was being raised, and there were a lot of founding fathers who didn't believe anybody would show up. That they believed when they put out the call for the army that for the Continental Army that actually there wouldn't be enough citizens of the country to respond to be able to actually field an army, and they asked General Washington, who was in charge of this endeavor. He said, General Washington, how do you plan to raise such an army? How do you plan to raise these up? He says, and his response was this. He says, I will lift a banner to the good and to truth, and to that banner will flock those who would do good for their nation. Friends, raise your banner today. Friends, let your light shine today, even in a small and seemingly insignificant way. Let the glory of the Lord rise upon you, and so that you may know and dwell among the brightness of the dawn. There's plenty of darkness in all of our days, and we can spend our days pointing at it, staring at it, poking it with a stick. Or we can arise and shine, for our light has come. All right, friends, that's my hope for you today. Peace and grace to you all, and we will pick it up tomorrow with another 11:11.